Well, welcome to the Speak Your Power Now podcast, the show that is dedicated to empowering women through the art of communication. I am your host, Cheryl Clark, and this is a weekly podcast giving you a dose of practical tips, inspiring stories, and transformational insight that would help you break free from any self-doubt and unlock your true potential. Whether you're looking to enhance your professional presence, build meaningful relationships, or simply embrace your own voice, you're in the right place. Get ready to hear from thought leaders, experts, real-life women who have harnessed their power of communication to create positive change in their lives and for the life of others. We are here to provide you with the resources and community you need to thrive. Let's embark on this transformational journey together. Subscribe now and join us on the Speak Your Power Now podcast, because your voice matters, and together we're unleashing its true and full potential. Speak Your Power Now. Empowerment begins with your voice. Well, welcome to another insightful episode of the Speak Your Power Now podcast. I'm your host, Cheryl Clark, and today we're going to be diving into a topic often challenged by all of us: navigating difficult conversations. Well, I just want to say thank you, and we always start each episode with the Speak Your Power Now declaration. So come on and go with me just a little bit as we start our Speak Your Power Now declaration. I want you to take a nice, slow, deep breath into the nostrils and exhale it out. Take a nice, slow, deep breath into the nostrils once again and exhale that out. Repeat after me. Today I reclaim my power of purpose. Today I declare that I have unshakable faith and confidence in my uniqueness. Today I declare that I will not live in fear, but with power, love, and a sound mind. Today I declare that I always communicate with words to empower myself and others. Today I declare to always honor myself by living in the present and living powerfully in each moment. Amen. I always start with that as we begin to declare, as we begin to say, this is who I am and this is what I believe we are. This episode is very near and dear to my heart because navigating difficult conversations with power is the thing that I want us all to think about. Whether you're in the workplace, whether you're in personal relationships, or even in your community settings, difficult conversations happen. They're a part of our life. This episode, we're going to explore how do you harness your power of effective communication? How do you navigate through these conversations? Well, we've all been there, right? And we've all had those sweaty palms or those racing heartbeats and stuff like that. But I don't want you to fear, because I'm going to equip you or give you the necessary strategies that you need to survive, not just survive, but thrive in those situations, right? So get your pens and papers out, or your tablets or your recorders, whatever you're going to do. I always give you nuggets. So when you leave me, you're able to now implement them. This is not in any particular order, but I want you to recognize some of the things that you can do, some strategies that you could do right now. The first thing is the power of preparation. Preparation is the tool that we need to navigate these difficult conversations, right? So by clarifying what's your objectives, gathering all the relevant information, and how you're going to approach it with confidence, you got to prepare. A lot of times, steering the conversations and saying what you need to say, we need to be prepared. So then you probably can not predict, but you can probably look and see what be more productive of what you may say, the potential challenges that may occur. Remember, the more well prepared you are, the more empowered you may feel to navigate these conversations with a strong sense of direction. And second thing I want you to do is confront with the courage to confront. Now, a lot of us struggle in this area. The area not being able to confront with confidence, right? The conversations requires, when it's difficult, to have courage to even step in to the space of understanding the importance that you have to address these things head on. A lot of us may not be able to think that they can address some of these conversations, whether you feel like you don't have the confidence for it or not. But if you continue to be able to repeat these things and be able to lead to growth and a deeper connection with yourself and the things around you. So when you're confronting these difficult conversations, I'm going to give you a little bit of skill set that you could begin to do that. You know, as a therapist, sometimes we're called in to staff members or companies to see how they can gel, how the staffs can gel together, right? And I usually bring in a thing of emotional intelligence where you can have a high IQ, but your EQ is low. And so it's necessary that when you're addressing certain issues that you address them head on, but it's crucial to have that interpersonal relationship with one another. Because if you go in with all the facts and you going hard, you're not going to get anywhere. You got to be able to embrace conversations more on a deeper connection. As you gain insight of how you are, you can begin to break down some of the key points of understanding when you are confronting it head on. Addressing some of these topics can lead into a lot of conflicts and misunderstanding. You just want to make sure that when you're going into these conversations that you are now going in with a high EQ and embracing more of a deeper connection, getting into really difficult conversations. You have to understand that building a strong connection with people is the thing that you're going to be going into. The third thing is creating a safe space to have these conversations, right? So a safe environment is crucial for a dialogue to happen. Whether you're discussing to establish more respect in an atmosphere, or you're not feeling heard or valued, it's important for you to lay down a foundation for these conversations to occur. The realm of communication and creating a safe space, it's essential for the foundation to be open and meaningful. When people feel secure, when people feel respected in a conversation, they're more likely to share. Right? They're more likely to hear what you have to say. To define a safe space a little bit is for you to create an atmosphere. There is no judgment, there's no ridicule, there's no negativity. It's in a space where you are creating an understanding of that person and the mutual respect is there. And that way, when that safe space is there, there's no judgment and attitude. It's a non-judgmental environment where you're coming to share your thoughts. But if you have the fear that you're going to be ridiculed, criticized, that goes out the window. It really does go out the window. So have a respect in your conversation, respect in your communication. It emphasizes to the other person that I'm respecting you and you're respecting me. So there's a big thing. When you're doing this, you can also set up some ground rules for the back and forth conversation, because it can lead even to your leadership skills. And you can acknowledge your emotions. You can acknowledge their emotions. And when it's high, you could begin to say, okay, maybe we can visit this at another time. Next, active listening. When you have the skill of mastering your listening, what a skill this is, because now you're saying that it's crucial for you to begin to have any effective communication. I can hear you and you can hear me. And listening is not just about the spoken word. I want to get into that because your body language speaks as well. But when you're demonstrating, active listening says, I'm respecting you. Active listening shows that the one that's speaking, I'm hearing you. I'm actually encouraging you to be honest with me so there will be no misunderstandings. And we could minimize the misunderstanding because I'm actively listening to your words. The speaker is focused on your message. You're really looking at the listener is focused on the speaker, not so much of what you're going to react to. And not so much you're not ready with your response. You're actively listening. That means you're taking in, not what you're getting ready to say, not what you're thinking that you're going to say. Oh, I'm going to say this. No, you're actively listening so you can actively respond to what the problem is presenting. Encourage the openness for the person to actually share with you, to value what you're hearing, the willingness for you to say, okay, I really am interested in what you have to say. Number 5, the power of perspective. Now listen, the power of perspective is a game changer. Now, when you're harnessing the power of perspective in communication, that means that you're practicing that act of curiosity, the approach in the conversation that you're genuinely curious about what others' viewpoints are. You're asking questions, you're encouraging them to share, you're pausing and reflecting on what they said before you're responding. Take that pause, take it in, take a moment to reflect. Get their perspective. Consider how to align or differ from what they're saying. You don't always have to agree, but you need to get their perspective so you can have an informed type of response. Listen with an empathetic ear. Put yourself in their shoes. When they're speaking, put yourself in their shoes. Imagine their emotions, what they're going through. Gain a better insight of their viewpoint. I was listening to someone and the person says, I don't like you. She was saying that one of my sisters said, I don't like you. And I said to her, so what happened? And she explained to me what happened. And she said, my sister came to visit me. And at the end of the day, she told me she never liked me. And she looked at her life and I said, well, put yourself in her shoes. I said, you left early. She was left at home. Your life is great. She's struggling. And maybe she doesn't like you because she doesn't like that your life turned out better than hers. She was like, wow, I never thought about it that way. Get another perspective. You never know what someone else is thinking. How are they interpreting your life, their perspective? They're looking in on you, right? The next one, number 6, managing your emotions. Managing your emotions is essential because when we're triggered, our emotions take charge. You are not present at all. That's what my pies method is about. If you've never heard my pies method before, I always give you this example. You leave my office, you go outside, you encounter a car accident. The officer comes running to you and says, ma'am, what did you see? And they said, I saw the blue car hit the red car on Mamaroneck Avenue at 6:04. But what happens is, you're triggered in the moment. You say, officer, I saw that fiery red engine car hit that midnight blue car. And 3 years ago, officer, that same car hit me. You want to see the scar on my leg? No. Your emotions, you're taking out the space. The officer doesn't have anything to do with what happened to you 3 years ago. But what happens is we're taken out of the space. And our emotions is now taking us out. And now it's difficult to navigate a conversation when we're cloudy and we have those irrational thoughts because now our emotions are in it. We got to manage our emotions when we're recognizing that we are no longer present. Then we can essentially take control over the conversations. These techniques grabs you to the pies technique. Pause. Take that deep breath. Evaluate. Do that inventory of yourself. Then you're going to explore how you can handle it. And then you're going to make the solutions happen. You got to stay in control over your emotions. You can do it with practice. I'm always very candid about how I struggled a long time with anxiety. And I still have anxiety, but I had to learn how to handle those emotions. That's when fostering emotional intelligence comes into place. Because you're ensuring that the conversation is going to remain respectful, remain productive, and solution-oriented, right? Because that's where you can enhance the relationship, foster growth, have a collaborative conversation, have conflict resolution with people. And this is a big one. Nonverbal communication. Your nonverbal cues speak loudly. Oh, yes, they do. They are speaking loudly. If your body language, your tone of your voice, your facial expressions, if I'm rolling my eyes, if I'm like, oh, can you hurry up? I'm watching the time, all of this. It shows and it says that I am a big facial person. My family tell you in a minute that my face tells it all. I had to learn how to manage my face because after all, you are always speaking. Your nonverbal cues are always speaking. As you get control over that, you can now begin to see how you can ensure that your message is received, right? Navigating these communications can be challenging. This is just a couple of thoughts that I wanted to give you today, and I hope that you enjoy this. This is just a few final thoughts. Communication is a powerful tool. It absolutely can bridge a gap. It absolutely can dissolve a lot of misunderstandings, and it can foster deeper connections. But that's only if you're willing to begin to know how to put them in place. The communication style that you have will enrich your own life. It will begin to foster new relationships, and it will then show you how to enrich other voices, other points of views. Because if you don't, it can lead to breakdowns. But if you foster these things, it can lead to breakthroughs and solutions that will benefit everyone involved in the conversation. Remember that your principles of communications, these things don't change. It all remains the same. Effective communication. By mastering the art of navigating difficult conversations with power, it would equip you to thrive in these various spaces of work, your relationship, fostering new relationships, and transcending of boundaries. I hope you enjoyed this episode like I did. Join me next time for the Speak Your Power Now podcast. I'm your host once again, Cheryl Clark. And until next time, remember, sometimes your life is defined by one single moment. Let that moment be today. Well, thank you for tuning in to another empowering episode of Speak Your Power Now podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insight on your journey of self-expression. Remember, the power of communication is in your hands. And by honing on to this skill, you're going to unlock a world of possibilities. Your journey doesn't end here. Stay connected with us on social media, where we are going to continue the conversation and share your own stories of empowerment. So if you enjoyed this episode today, don't forget to hit us up, subscribe, leave your review, and share it with your friends. Also, feel free to share your thoughts with any questions or ideas you may have for future episodes. Together, we're going to build a community of confident communicators. Now, as we wrap up, always remember that your voice has power to inspire, to uplift, and to encourage and change. Keep speaking your truth and empowering yourself, and embrace the power within.